Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Online Alumni Career Talk by Department of Biotechnology, St. Xavier's College, Ranchi. Father Nebo Lakra, the Principal of St. Xavier's, Ranchi. Dr. Sayukta Kumar, the Head of Department of Biotechnology, and various faculty members. But before we proceed any further, I would request Dr. Sayukta Kumar to kindly give the
A very good evening, everyone. I hope I am audible.
Yes, ma'am.
A very good evening, everyone. Those who are present on this platform, which is Google Meet, and also to the others who are watching this on YouTube. This is a career talk regard, which is being organized by the Department of Biotechnology. And here in this talk series, we invite our alumni who can share their experiences in the field and what are the current scenario of biotechnology in India and globally.
And your voice is you're muted.
Am I audible now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So let us begin from uh, the blessings that we received from Father Nabor Lakra, principal in Xavier's College. And with this kind of talk series that we initiated last year, we are here we invite the alumni of Department of Biotechnology who share their experiences in the field of biotechnology. And with their experiences, they are going to guide our students in whatever way they are going to proceed in their career. So these guidance a very important aspect, and the passing out batches have given their contribution in this series, which is the second one. Asif Raza is going to share his experience. Asif, I would like Sumaya to give a brief introduction of Dr. Asif, who is currently placed in USA and is a postdoctoral fellow. We will hear to him without delaying much. So welcome Asif, and please start your presentation. But before that, Sumaya, please give an introduction of Dr. Asif.
Surely, ma'am. So, our speaker for today is Dr. Asif Raza, who is postdoctoral researcher at Penn State College of Medicine, Pennsylvania. He secured All India rank of 56 in UGC Research Fellowship. He went on to secure All India rank of 36 in NET, while he also secured 97.13 percentile in GATE 2012. He completed his master's course from Pondicherry University and went on to pursue his PhD from IIT Guwahati. He also has many publications and patents in his name. His profile is indeed remarkable, his recent publication being Advances in Evaluation of Naturally Occurring and Synthetic Phenethaloids in the month of January of this year. He also has some incredible awards and honor in his name. He recently received College of Medicine Innovation Fellow Award by Penn State College of Medicine. He has also served as reviewer of many eminent reports. I'll be handing now to Dr. Asif Raza. Very welcome, sir. The mic is all yours.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Hello, everyone. Am I audible? Can someone please tell?
Yes, Asif, you are audible.
Yes. Uh, uh, I think there is some delay in Google Meet and uh, YouTube.
This is due to the network, no issue. Please close the YouTube tab and continue with the Google Meet that will be operating in the background. Huh?
So I think you all are able to hear me. So let's start with the presentation and the talk. So I would like to thank Dr. Sanyukta ma'am for inviting me and the Department of Biotechnology also. And I would also like to thank Adil for reaching out to me to give a brief uh, introduction about recent advances in the biotechnology and the industry perspective. So yeah. So I'm going to give a brief introduction about what my journey is throughout from starting from the Xavier to here. And first of all, I am Asif. I am doing postdoctoral associate. I am a postdoc associate at Penn State College of Medicine, Hershey, Pennsylvania. And you know, Hershey, like, it's the sweetest place on earth. And yeah, they made lots of chocolates here. And we all know that these chocolates are all around the world. So yeah. So now my presentation is divided into 4 different groups. First part is about the journey which I took from St. Xavier to here. The next part is about my research, which will be brief. Then the career opportunities in academia, industry, and consultancy, and the question and answer part. So how I took a journey of 1,000 miles, like starting from India to the United States. So the flight actually takes around 24 hours to reach here, but for me, it's almost 8 years of journey. So before joining St. Xavier, I was like, I was actually fulfilling my parents' dream, not mine. And I was like, I tried several attempts for uh, MBBS, and unfortunately or fortunately, I failed. So after losing all the hopes, and I was like, I completely clueless about my future, that what I'm going to do next. So at that year, St. Xavier started a Department of Biotechnology, and fortunately, I was qualified, and then I joined St. Xavier's College in 2007. It was first only Dekant sir and Raju sir, both were there. And yeah, they were the pillar. They started from the scratch. Then I moved to Pondicherry University for my master's in biochemistry and molecular biology. And further, for my PhD, I went to IIT Guwahati, then Purdue University for, I started my postdoc there. And now currently I am in Penn State College of Medicine for like few years, almost 3 years. Yeah. So now I'm little bit satisfied for my with my life and what I did. So let's start with the St. Xavier's College. Actually, through my life, my journey, I'm going to explain how different choices I made and what are the alternate choices you can make in your future. So these are the lines by Frost, which is very close to my heart from the beginning. Like it's very nice line. I think you should all learn that this will keep you from distraction. Basically, this is the group of this is the first, basically the first group of Department of Biotechnology. And yes, I am here because of these people. Devkan sir, Dr. Sanyukta ma'am, Venkat sir, Naseem sir, Ajay sir, and Ritesh sir. They all were like really. I'm still sometimes when I think about my life, I used to think about them all the time. And whenever I have I am telling someone about my life, I I used to tell them that because of them I am here. They help me like anything. They give you a good foundation for your career. Xavier nostalgia, definitely. So yeah, we used to eat together. We used to share festivals together, and also do we used to participate in several kind of things there. Those were the days, and ultimately we left. So yes, so these are the things which I gave importance to while doing my time there. The most important is the cell biology. So the in this order, if you think like if you want to pursue your career further in the biology, you have to master these things, like starting from the cell biology, molecular biology, biochemistry, all the techniques, yeah. So this were taught by Sanyukta ma'am, I still remember from my Viva. Then immunology and genetic engineering. Others are also equally important, but if you want to pursue your career in the biology, biotechnology, please consider this as your foundation stone. There are other things which are still missing in my life, and these are the things which now I am thinking that I could have learned those things at that time, which is also equally important, like coding, scientific writing, personality development is a must. A must, I'm telling you. Investment, data analysis, and the opportunity abroad. I'll talk about this opportunity abroad later. For these things, you don't have to go to any college or university. Nowadays, you can do it yourself because there are many programs like Grow with Google and Coursera where you can join, you can learn and get the certificates. But yeah, like these things are, I'm telling you, these things are a must to like go for. So after finishing my graduation from St. Xavier, I have three options, like whether I go for MSc or integrated PhD or MBA or bank PO. And there are others also, like other fields, several fields are there, but mostly people used to go for this kind of things, these three career options. So some of my friends started preparing for bank PO. Some of my friends started like preparation for CAT, and I went for masters. So for masters, you have like different kind of entrance examinations. I qualified for ISC entrance examination, but unfortunately, I didn't qualify for an interview because, yeah, lack of personality development at that time. I qualified for JNU, Hyderabad Central University, National Brain Research Center, and Pondicherry University. So when I went to the Pondicherry University for counseling, I liked that place a lot, because, just outside the gate, there is beach. So yeah, so I joined Pondicherry University because I thought that I'll be happy there. So every time after the class, I used to go to the beach, used to have fun and so on. Yeah. So I joined Pondicherry University in biochemistry in biomolecular biology department after qualifying the entrance examination, and I was the topper in the entrance. So they made me class representative. And yeah, so before joining Pondicherry University, my English language, which you can still feel, is like disaster. Basically, I can't speak. Even when I went to ISC, I was like, with in front of an interview panel, I told them that can I speak in Hindi because I don't know English. So yeah, that was the time, and but yeah, I was confident. So when I joined Pondicherry University, we have multiple languages there, and as a class representative, I had to speak in English. So that's how I started learning, and it improved a little bit. But yeah, and you don't need English or any language barrier. The only thing you need is a confidence. You have to be confident in whatever you do. So yeah, it's a beautiful campus. Madhvan was there when I joined, and beautiful beach. So after finishing my 2 years masters in Pondicherry University, again I had three options: that go for MBA, PhD abroad, or PhD in India. Again, due to several external factors, I didn't go for MBA, and also for PhD abroad. Now, for PhD in India and abroad, there are two things. Like for abroad, you need to qualify GRE, TOEFL for North America, IELTS for many other countries, which doesn't require GRE and TOEFL also. But I would highly recommend to go for PhD abroad. For India, you have to go for university examination, personal, their entrance examination, or you can go for the fellowship like GATE, NET, ICMR, and there are many. I did basically PhD from India. I qualified GATE, and through GATE, I went to several entrance examinations. I further qualified GRF and NET both because that was like I wanted to do. So yeah, again, at that time, I moved to, I had several options. ISC, I went there, NII, National Institute of Immunology, Delhi, which is also very nice, Bhabha Atomic Research Center in Mumbai, IIT Kanpur, and IIT Guwahati. I was selected for NII, IIT Kanpur. I was in waiting list in BARC. I didn't go for interview in ISC because I don't want to do PhD for like 7 years. As I was thinking like this at that time, because many of my colleagues, they told me that ISC, the PhD is around 7 years. Sometimes it will go for 10 years. So I was scared. I went to IIT Guwahati for interview, and I like that place a lot because that's a beautiful place. So the process is easy. First, you have to go for GATE. You qualify GATE. Then you have to qualify their per individual entrance examination, like IIT Kanpur conduct their entrance examination, IIT Guwahati conduct their entrance examination. Then there will be a first round of interview. Then there will be a second round of interview. Then you will you are going to join a particular lab, and that is also not your choice, obviously. So
Excuse me, sir.
I was selected for IIT Guwahati, and I joined a lab of Professor Siddharth Shankar Ghosh. He was one of the fantastic person I have ever met in my life, and we are still in touch. We still used to talk a lot about everything. During my PhD, I did several research and I published many articles. But the notable one was when I was in collaboration with the director of IIT Guwahati for 1 year, and we developed a channel through which a cancer cells can pass. It mimics the blood capillaries, and it was well recognized by many
Excuse me, Asif.
media at that time.
Asif.
I was happy. Yeah. So during my PhD, I went
Asif, your
to
presentation is
Germany
not moving.
for
So, are you changing slide?
for a workshop, and also like I am not from a very what you call financially stable family background. So I went for the scholarship, and it was paid by EMBL. They recognized that this guy is worthy. So this is what I'm telling you all, that go for the internet. There are lots of courses are going on all around the world. You just have to apply. They will pay you, they will give you everything. And this is the best time to interact with the people from all around the world. And this was a wonderful experience for me because I went there, I learned so many things. The sciences, the people, the tradition, the culture, and yeah, the beautiful city. Now, after finishing my PhD there, I moved to postdoc. I joined Purdue University, and due to some reason, I moved from Purdue to here. Yeah, so Pennsylvania is treating me nicely, and our hospital is one of the best hospital in Pennsylvania where I work, and yeah, so I am doing very good so far. And yes, recently I got an innovation fellows program because of the patent in this field, and through this program, most probably I will transition to industry. Throughout my research career, my area of expertise is cancer, biology, nanotechnology, stem cells, pharmacology, and drug delivery. Right now, I'm working on pharmacology. So a brief about what I'm doing here. I am working on multiple projects in collaboration with multiple labs all around the world, even some labs from India, from South Africa, USA, and Europe. So yes, basically my work is on chemical carcinogenesis. In our lab, we synthesize different compounds, anti-cancer compounds, and we test them. So the basic about the cancer initiation, the cancer carcinogenesis is that normal cells, when it comes in contact with any carcinogen, there is an initiation process. And then if the mutation persists, it will be promotion. And after cellular proliferation, it will cause either tumor and or malignancy. Here, like apoptosis is a process through which your body get rid of those cells. So every day, our body is generating thousands of cancer cells, mostly. And all of that are basically our body is fighting every day with them. So in our lab, we designed a compound called para-X aspirin. This compound is, we are seeing that how this compound is preventing cancer or whether it is treating cancer or not. For that, we chose around 340 mice. After 2 weeks of feeding them our compounds, we injected NNK. NNK is nicotine. Nicotine is, where you'll get nicotine from the cigarettes. And when we give nicotine to the mice, they will generate tumor. But our compound, we have not seen any tumor at all. So basically, these are the tumors look like in the lung of mouse. You can see these are the nodules. So basically what our compound is doing. So when we feed a mouse our compound, and after feeding for 2 weeks, when we inject nicotine, there is no tumor. So that is a remarkable finding from our lab, and it's a novel compound. It is not patented by anyone. We are the first who synthesized this compound in our lab, and also we are looking for some industry partners. So yeah, it prevents cancer, but it cannot cure it. That's the problem. So if you are going to smoke a cigarette, you have to take this compound before. I would really advise don't go for it. Yeah, and this picture I sent it to all of my friends in my friend circle, that this is what happens when raw nicotine goes into your body. After certain generation, after certain year, and if your gene allows it to be not to be cured, then you will get these kind of tumors. And the lung tumors are deadly. There is still no cure. So yeah, so there we have we distributed those 170 male and 170 female mice, and we did the initial clinical trials. So these are a very brief about my career, my research here. So what are the career opportunities? Yeah. Let's talk
Asif,
about it.
are you able to hear me?
Life science graduate. Here in USA, they call it graduate student instead of PhD. And in India, we call bachelor graduate. They call it undergraduate. So yeah. So there are there are 3 career paths you can choose from after your graduation. Life science graduates, you go to graduate school. Graduate school is PhD, 5 to 8 years. From here, you can go to business, like MBA, consulting, postdoctoral training, or industry. From postdoctoral training, you can go to tenure track professor, or you can go to industry also from here. And yeah, and tenure professor. Tenure track is like non-permanent, or you can say the contract, based on contract, and tenured is like permanent position. And in the industry, yeah. So industry, you can go from your graduation, after doing your graduation also, from life science to industry research positions. From here, you can go to consulting. It's a new field. It was not prominent at our time, but nowadays I have known several of my colleagues who started their own firm, who started their own business in consultancy of and become a consultant like in life science. You can go for business grad school like PhD in MBA, PhD in business administration. Then business development, you can be a project manager. After several years, you can become vice president or director. Life science consulting, just undergraduates, that means graduates in India. You can be an analyst, a senior analyst. You can go for industry. You can be associate. And after 8 to 10 years, you can become a partner. So yeah, the path to careers. I'm still giving more emphasis on networking. Like, trust me, this is the best thing. Throw your ego in your dustbin. Okay, contact as many person as you can all around the world. Like I learned these things little late. I wish I had learned it earlier. That you can contact anyone, any person all around the world just through your email. Just go for it. Just read their research articles, find the person's email, just contact them that I want to do this. Even you send your resume to them to like suggest if you want some suggestion, go for reach out to your alumni, reach out to your seniors, and bother them as much as you can. We would be happy to give you any advice you want. So yeah, so networking is extremely important. Don't forget. If you move further in your career, like after PhD, there will be there are lots of postdoc positions. Job in academia is less. It's very competitive. In industry, it's the same. And also, you all know that government job is very less all around the world, and it's highly competitive. What are the salary scale? Yeah. So obviously, industry will treat you better, much better than any other field. But it also depends on which country you are doing your work. In Europe, they will give you a decent salary with a great work-life balance. Like you have to work 5 days a week. They are not going to bother you on weekends, on your holidays. And yeah, life is very, very easy there in Europe. In the United States, it is they will pay you a lot in industry, but you have certain targets to achieve, to fulfill. These are, if you go to industry, there are in R&D, like most of the people go in the R&D, and then a very small percent of population will go to the pharmaceutical and medical manufacturing. So mostly, if you want to join an industry, it is better to join in the R&D department. And yeah, if you want to pursue your career in industry or in biology, you have to do PhD. Then only you will be promoted. Then only you will get a good position in that industry. So yeah, identify career opportunities for success. So basically, grad student is called PhDs. From here, you can go to postdoc, then you can move this field, or you can from directly go to from PhD to research scientist, core facility. You can be a lab manager, research administration, if you don't want to do postdoc, obviously. Grant administration, technology transfer. Most of my friends are in this field, like they are doing, they're working on technology transfer. I think, yeah, their concert taught us very well about this patenting and all those things. I still remember the development and fundraising. If you want to go to industry, I would highly recommend to do PhD first. Then you can go for bench research, become a lab head, project manager, clinical medical affairs, development. And then from there, you can go step by step. There are many additional roles also, which you can pursue apart from what we know. Like uh, our knowledge in this field is very, very limited. Still, I'm still learning at what I can do further instead of doing just going for like doing research or industry or marketing or something. So yes, you can go for consulting. There are several firms. Almost every firm require a consultation. You can you can join a company as a scientific evaluation, market assessment, financial valuation, marketing strategy, communication, supply chain, and there are lots of things to do. You can do patent law, like suppose I developed something, like I already developed. So if I want this my product to be patented, I'm going to contact someone, and that someone should know what biology is. So from here, that thing is also related to our field. So every firm, they have expert in every field, including our field, biology. So yeah, life science basically. You can be editor in writing. You can write articles in several magazines for several publishers, and it's a good career opportunity if you know how to write. And then investment banking and venture capital as an analyst. How? Like there are several companies which are listed in Nasdaq and you can say in share market. So every banking or big firms like Vanguard, BlackRock, they all need analysts who can analyze what the companies are doing basically. They are assembling several pharma companies who are doing several, working on several projects, and they need some expert on that field to decide whether the results they are getting are their company or not, whether in future this company will grow or not. So you can be an analyst company. Yeah. So this is what I would like to talk about. And yes, I strongly, strongly, strongly recommend you guys to give your best in graduation. Do your best. I still have notebooks which I wrote during my classes. It's still with me in US, and they are still helping me a lot. Those notes were from Sanyukta ma'am, SSP sir, Devkan sir, and yes. So thank you.
Am I audible? Sayukta ma'am, am I
Yes, please.
audible?
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
sir, you are audible. हाँ भैया.
So from now, I think we'll be taking question answer session. So ma'am, if anybody is having any question, kindly raise their hands and we'll be calling the name and you can ask one by one. Please rest. One will mute their microphones. Only the one asking the question will unmute. Mr. Asif, am I audible to you? Hello. Uh, am I audible, Mr. Asif?
Yes, yes, you're audible. So my slides were not moving, really?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
your slides were not moving, and we tried to prompt you twice, thrice. Adil, what you do is you take the questions in the message box, and one by one, you read the questions to Dr. Asif, and he would be able to answer in a sequential manner. Then, otherwise, there might be some problem. So, I think that would work.
Yeah, ma'am, that would be great. So, yeah, everyone who is having any doubt, kindly raise your question in the chat box, and I'll be conveying the same question to our speaker. So, here is a question from Vardha Imam. Am I audible? Uh, am I audible, Mr. Asif? Hello, am I audible?
Yes, Adil.
So, here is a question from Vardha Imam that what would be better, MSc in microbiology or MSc in
Yes,
biotechnology in career
you're
aspect
audible.
for better earning jobs?
Okay, so actually, I was presenting. I Yes.
There is a question to you from Vardha Imam.
Uh, am I audible right now?
Yes, you are audible to us. Are we audible to you? Hello.
Uh, so yes, I would highly recommend going for masters in biotechnology, because if you narrow your field right now, you will have a less area to explore. So according to my experience, I would go for masters in biotechnology.
So, do you have any idea about the scope of career in pharmacology?
Yes, I'm doing postdoc in Department of Pharmacology. So yes, you have a good scope in industry if you want to pursue pharmacology, and they have like, you can go for industry also. You can go for
So, there are chances for a job just after, right after
you can
MSc.
join PhD in any pharmacology department if you want.
No, sir. What if we want to take up a job right after MSc?
Okay, I won't recommend going on a job after my master's, because it will limit your progress in that field. After certain level, you will have to be a doctorate to move further in your career. Like if you want to go for So I'm going to read the questions from here, and I'm going to answer one by one. Actually, it is very difficult for me to hearing you guys. There is some glitch. I don't know how to handle that one. So yeah. So I'm going to read the questions here, and I'll give you the answers. Sir, how to approach to European countries like Germany for MS and PhD, and how are the students there? Yes. So the thing is, there are, you can note it down if you want. There is DAAD, DAAD. If you go to that site, the Germany and Indian universities have MOU. They have collaborations. You can reach out to their website. They have mentioned everything, how to go there, how to study there. Doing MS is pretty expensive, obviously, in any other countries, in any foreign countries, especially Europe and USA. You have to pay a lot. You have to pay a lot, obviously. So I would recommend to go for PhD, because at PhD they will pay you, and they will pay you enough to you can, like, yeah, they'll pay you sufficient so that you can stay there. You can do your PhD without asking money from your parents, definitely. And for that, for doing a PhD in Germany, you have to have, sometimes they ask for IELTS or TOEFL, but most of them don't ask. You just have to approach them. You have to show them your interest. So then only you can join those universities. So the next question is, what should be the best way to approach pursue genetic engineering, and what is the scenario right now in terms of competition and earning? So for genetic engineering, yeah, genetic engineering is a very broad term, and genetic engineering is basically cloning and making different types of clones, making different types of recombinant proteins. I think there are like very less scope in genetic engineering compared to other fields. The most important thing is like genetic engineering requires highly sophisticated instruments, sophisticated things, which is difficult, which is not cost effective for the companies. So most of the industry, they don't opt for genetic engineering. They just buy those clones from abroad, and they just do like their own production of proteins. In terms of competition and earning, so genetic engineering, I think you should go for like immunology based companies. There are very less companies who are doing genetic engineering, so the competition is very high, and I am not sure about how much you will be paid. But even in abroad, I don't think there are much scope for genetic engineering, according to my experience. The next question is, can we opt for MSc in embryology after BSc in biotechnology? Yes, you can. You can go for anything. But if you go for MSc in embryology, you will be restricted to that field. Then you can go for the firms, the companies which are involved in IV in vitro fertilization and these kind of things. Yes. So, but your scope will be limited. And if you want to move to other field, it will be extremely difficult for you if you will do the embryology. I will recommend to go for broad field like biochemistry department, bioengineering, and biotechnology like this. Don't go for any narrow field during your masters, because in PhD you will choose according to your expertise, according to your interest. You can go for that research, that field. So how to enter industrial work after MSc Biotech? After MSc Biotech, there are several openings. There are several, if you open any site, like if you open Thermo Fisher, if you open Merck, Sigma website, they have job opportunities written on their web pages. You can go there, you can see their requirements, but still, you have to have networking. Without networking, going in any industry is extremely difficult, even for me. You have to have someone in that industry which basically like through whom you can enter that industry. You have to contact you have to look for contact. You just go for LinkedIn and then search that person, make a contact with that person, and add as a reference the name of that person. Then only you can proceed with the industrial work. Do some network glitches. Please ask your question here. Is switching to food technology a wise decision? Yes. So when I was doing masters during my during stay at Pondicherry University, there my roommate he was doing masters in food technology, and I have a very long interaction with them. There are few seniors. They were like doing masters in food technology, I guess. Yes. So yes, there are it's very limited scope in food technology. You can be like food taster. You can go in liquor factory. You can go for like um, any in R&D which is based on the food related things. But yeah, still you cannot go in agriculture from here. So mostly, yeah, it's difficult if you want to move from uh, food technology to any other field. What are the mistakes you have done moving from one grade to another, and what is the scope of bioinformatics? Very nice question. The mistake, what mistake? Hmm. I actually, I usually forget if I do something wrong. I learn from that and then I move on. So the first mistake I did is I joined a lab in United States without prior information about that lab, and that was a disaster for me. During graduation, I should have worked hard on my personality development. That's the biggest mistake I did. I should have focused more on my presentation skills and what are the career opportunities abroad. That should have I should have done. The other thing is mistake. I don't say it as a mistake, but yeah, I would have done PhD from abroad, like one of my colleague from Xavier. She did from Italy, PhD from Italy, and we both are here. So it doesn't matter, but still, what is the scope of bioinformatics? Bioinformatics, very nice. So uh, if you want to pursue bioinformatics, you have to have a good command in computers. You have to have a good command in coding. But yes, there are a very good scope of bioinformatics because nowadays every technology is moved towards uh, they are using artificial intelligence. They are using sophisticated instruments, and they are linked to the computers. And then the recent advances in genomics, RNA sequencing, bioinformatics is a must. And bioinformatics, yeah, I have seen many industry positions. They need bio informaticians. So yes, I would recommend going for the bioinformatics. Is GRE required for studying Germany? No. Uh, I think recently I have heard that even the United States are removed the requirement of GRE. I am not sure. You have to look for that. But in life science, I think they don't have any GRE requirements right now in United States. But in Germany, they don't need GRE. If you have it, it's an advantage. But yeah, they don't need GRE. They don't need TOEFL also because you have to go there. You have to learn German anyway. How to enter in the field of oncology after master's in biotechnology? Okay. So basically, I would say like more than 50% of laboratory in India is working on cancer, some way or another way, because cancer is still untreatable. And if you want to go for cancer biology, then you can do PhD from any university. You can after qualifying for GATE or NET, you can approach the lab. That is the best way to go for PhD. Find your interest, find your lab where you want to do your PhD. Contact the lab manager or the faculty itself. They want to see your interest, how much interested you are in their work. So you have to show the interest. You have to present yourself like you know what they are doing. You have to read their research publication and just contact them before going for interview. That would really help you a lot in joining that lab. I have seen many persons, they did that and they joined even in abroad also. If you want to go for a PhD in abroad, just contact the faculties, send an email. Don't be shy. Well, between integrated MSc PhD and first MSc and PhD, which one should we consider? Okay. Yeah, I think I did masters and then I went for PhD. Many of my friends, they also did integrated PhD, and we all are here in the United States doing postdocs. So I don't think it matters. It could save you a year in your PhD, basically, but that too depends on your lab, because some lab needs more than 5 years for a PhD. So I think you should go for integrated PhD if you are getting one in ISC or Hyderabad Central University, or if you get integrated PhD, that would be good in a nice place, obviously. Okay, so what are the best colleges for masters in India? There are lots of colleges. You can give JAM, and through that you can go for IIT. You can go for JNU. You can go for Hyderabad Central University, and even you can go for integrated PhD in ISC. Pondicherry University, I don't think it's good right now. I won't recommend it. Mostly, I have to check. I am not sure, but yeah, there are lots of good institute which will offer you the masters. I won't recommend going in any private institute. Like, I won't say a name, but try to avoid unless you don't have any choice. You can go for. There are some good private institute like VIT. You can go there. Or they are good. So some are good, but just for the sake of masters, you can wait. It is better than joining any like any college which is not good. Okay, so sir, what are your thoughts on MSc Environmental Science and then moving into research? Environmental science is good. You can go for environmental science. Most of the IITs have a department of environmental science from where you can go for PhD. There are lots of good research institute in India, CSIR labs. They have environmental science. They will offer environmental science in PhD. But I don't know whether they have a good postdoc options abroad in environmental science. I don't have any idea about environmental science in terms of future perspective. What are the way to get in those college? For the masters, I think there are JAM that I already told you about, and they all conduct their own entrance examination. Just look for that one. There is one more entrance examination conducted by JNU. It's combined biotechnology entrance examination, something like that. You can go for that. They have like several different uh, colleges which have seats. It's like giving medical examination and AIT examination. They have biotechnology examination also like that. So one of my friend did, he joined MSc in biotechnology in Pondicherry University through that entrance examination. What are the things in the field of IT one can learn alongside graduating which can give you the edge over the rest? Yep, that is a very nice question. I would highly recommend to learn information technology. Nowadays, it's really helpful. One thing which I regret almost every day in my life that I didn't learn coding. You should learn how to code, especially R language and Python and HTML. You should learn how to make a website. This will be very helpful if you want to go to industry and if you want to excel in your field, if you want to go to abroad also. I think I missed one question about like how going abroad. So if you go to like just open the Google and search workshops all around the world, you will see there are many research labs, industry, they are offering internship program. Even Google, Amazon, they all are offering internship program. You just go to that site and never ever in your life think that you're not going to be selected or they will say no. Ask all the time. Okay, you have to ask it to get it. So I would recommend to apply whatever things you will get. Like there are several good like Merck is offering internship program. Max Planck is offering EMBL. They are also offering workshops. You just go to their site, apply for workshop. They'll offer scholarship. If you'll get a scholarship, just go for it. They'll pay for your flight. They'll pay for everything. If you don't get the scholarship, just move on. And if you have, if you're financially stable, you can just go for that. It's a good thing. There are so many things, and it will give your career an edge. Sir, can you tell me about chemistry students' career? So yes, so my lab is divided into two parts. One is biology, I am the head, and the other one is chemistry. So they synthesize the chemical for us, whatever we want. So every lab, they need bioinformaticians, they need biologists, molecular biologists, they need uh, chemist also. But chemistry is, if you want to pursue further masters in chemistry, then I have lots of friends in the chemistry department from IIT Guwahati, and most of them are doing postdoc. Getting postdoc in the field of chemistry in United States is difficult, but you will get industry job definitely. If you're a chemist, if you're a good chemist, then you will definitely get industry job in several other industry. But again, I would recommend to go for any industry, get experience, and if you want to come back to India, you can come and get a good position. Instead of joining directly into any industry which is in India, just go to abroad, gain some experience, come back. You will have an edge over others. You will be promoted very soon, very fast. Do US provides good scope in industry after MSc from any US university? Yes. So, yeah, that's what I can say. There are the big hurdle which preventing us from moving research to university is visa issues. They are not sponsoring visa for industry. If you want to work in industry in United States, you have to have a green card, which will take lots of time, which will like around 10 years mostly. If you apply now, I haven't applied yet. So I don't think you will get a good industry job after masters in even from United States universities, because you will be on OPT, and then you will have a visa which will expire in 5 years, like J1. If you will get J1, and if you get H1B, there will be a lottery system, which is again difficult. So, but with MSc, you can go to Europe. I have a junior from my master's. He joined London AstraZeneca, and he's very happy there. So there are some juniors from St. Xavier's. They followed me from my from graduation to masters. When I joined masters, they came there. Then when I joined PhD from IIT Guwahati, they also came there. So it's nice. So one of the person he did, I think he's doing his PhD from Brazil after doing masters from Pondicherry University. Sir, if you are viewing this on YouTube, I will request you to present only in the Google Meet. Sir, if you are viewing this on YouTube, I will request you to present only in the Google Meet. I'm presenting in Google Meet. Actually, I'm not seeing YouTube because there is a time delay, which is, I think, I don't know, but yeah, I'm reading it in Google Meet. The YouTube stream is for audiences, and the YouTube platform is facing a delay. Yeah, that's what. So please repeat the scholarship program you mentioned. Okay. So the scholarship, like every university all around the world, they offer scholarship. If you are a worthy student, if you are if you are keen to join their university, you have to present yourself like that, and you have to tell them how you how this program is going to help you and how you are going to help others with that program. So they will offer you scholarship, like for every workshop they're conducting, they are giving scholarship to the people from third world countries. So if you are from if you want to go for that workshop, you have to apply for that scholarship. And if you go for EMBL, just open the EMBL site. You will see there are lots of training programs, internship programs. And if you open any event, any program, workshop, you will see on the side there is a scholarship mentioned. So you just apply for that scholarship. There are several universities. They are also offering scholarship for exceptional students, but it is very expensive to do masters in United States or even in Europe. I have some students who took loan and joined here, and even after they are about to finish their PhD and they're still paying for the loan. So it is not advisable to do masters in the United States. But if you have it, then I would definitely recommend go for it. How can we get a good job in biopharmaceutical industry in United States? So yes, if you want to join biopharmaceutical industry in United States, you have to have a permanent residency in United States. That is, you have to have a green card, or H1, or they will offer you H1B. For that, you need to have a PhD, good track record of publication, and there are other ways which we can come. You can join a good industry in India. They have a program of exchange of their employee. Through that way, you can come to United States. There are other ways, like you can go for IT field, the coding field, the software engineering field. Through that one also, you can come to United States. They will pay you very well if you get H1B here. So yes, joining for Indians, we have like a very like backlogs of visa in H1B, even in green card. So it is difficult to get a good job in industry in United States. It's very difficult. Otherwise, I would have gone for that. How can we contact you further, sir, regarding any queries? Okay, definitely. You can just go for LinkedIn. I'm here there, and just text me whenever you want. Just send me an email. I'm writing my email ID here. So just send me an email if you want, if you have any doubt and regarding anything. You just ping me, and then you can follow me, or you can just send me a request in LinkedIn also. Sir, if I was to start my own startup, can you give me some guidance? How should I shape my career after graduating, and what are the key things I should keep in mind? So yes, startup is a good thing if you want to go for like genetic. I won't say genetic engineering. Like this is like still in infancy, and I won't recommend. But if you go for like production of enzymes and what you call biomass production, something like that. I forgot actually. But yes, for your own startup, you have to have a backup, a strong backup. I think just read the story of Kiran Majumdar. She's a founder of Biocon, and she started her business with only 10,000 rupees in 1980s, I guess. So yes, so for that you have to start your you have to register your own company, and these are the things which any attorney will guide you towards. But for a startup, if you have idea, you can either fund your own idea, or you can go for some companies, show your idea, present your ideas, and then ask for funding. If they will find your idea to be useful, they will definitely fund you something. And there are other schemes from the government of India. They'll give you certain loans. They'll give you support with less interest to fund your startup. So yes, you can do that. And if you really want to do it, go for it. It's your choice. The master in Germany is completely cheaper as they don't charge education fees. Would it be wise to study MS in Germany? Definitely. If they are not going to charge you a lot, I would recommend just go. But the thing is, living expenses you have to find out first. What are the cost of living? Like in United States, here, if you go for big cities, even the rent is around 40,000 rupees per month starting. Yeah, more than that. And it will go up to 70,000 rupees per month. So the rent is very high. And since inflation is hitting all around the world, it would be much expensive. So yes, so if you want to go for MS in Germany, just contact someone who is doing MS in Germany, or they did already MS in Germany. Just go for the university website, go for the students, find their email ID. You will find tons of students from India, because Indians are all around the world. You'll find everywhere. So just contact them. They will definitely reach out to you and suggest you what to do. So any more questions?
Uh, Good evening, everyone. Sangeeta ma'am will be uh, saying few words. So, ma'am, you can unmute.
Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Asif, are you able to hear me? I think there's some problem at Asif's end because probably he's not able to hear us. Is it that, Asif? Okay, there is some problem. He's not able to hear. So that was a very nice talk delivered by Asif. Anyways, let's conclude this. Let's conclude this session. And as Asif has already said that we have to work on our personality development, soft skills, and you have to study very well in UG course. So during BSc, generally students don't pay much attention. So his emphasis was about his biggest mistakes were that he could have studied well in graduation. He could have worked on the personality grooming and soft skills. So I'm happy to announce here that maybe in the end of April or end of April, I'm not preferring because mid-sem examination for SEM 6 is there. So in the beginning of May, we will be having a workshop on soft skills. So that would be for advantage of you all. We would be having this session where you will be groomed regarding how to prepare SOPs, how to appear in an interview, how to create your appropriate CV. So those aspects would be covered in your soft skill workshop. So I'm really, really happy to announce that. And in between, we are also having a competition, poster making competition, which is on a digital platform. So use the digital platform as much as you can, as it was said by Dr. Asif also, that we have to be well aware with the IT industry. He had a tremendous journey starting from St. Xavier's to Pondicherry, where he liked the place, and then he joined, and later finally from there he realized that he should be more focused in the scientific world, did his PhD from IIT Guwahati, and finally went for PDF to USA. So and when he was speaking about St. Xavier's and those days where we used to have a part of a paper called minor projects, and during those minor projects the students, a bunch of students, were associated with a teacher, and we used to have good interaction with those bunch of students. I think Asif was there in the Devkan sir's group, and a bunch of students were with me. I still have a connection with those students on my WhatsApp group, although at that time there wasn't any WhatsApp, but later we catched up, and some of the students like Amit Ranjan and many others are there in a WhatsApp group. Nishant is there. So they are in touch, they kept in touch, and they are also, Amit Ranjan is also in States doing PDF. They are good friends. Shweta was there, who is also doing PDF in States. So you all must be catching up now and they're having a get together. Asif, am I audible now? It seems Asif is not able to hear me even now. So let's wind up this talk, and before leaving, I would like to thank Asif, although he's not able to hear. But in Adil, please
Yes,
write.
ma'am, you are audible. Yes.
I'm audible now. So catching up you after so long, Asif, and your journey has been tremendous. I mean, from graduation, St. Xavier's to Pondicherry to IIT Guwahati, and then finally for PDF to States. Few things you said matters quite a lot. First, studying hard in graduation. Second, working on the soft skills. That is important. And I use, for last 2-3 years, I have been organizing presentation, not during pandemic, but in my paper, I used to conduct presentations, and that was good for building the confidence of students. So we are working on this, and I'm organizing a workshop on soft skill in coming days. Then again, there are so many opportunities, India and abroad, that can be explored by our students. Basically, R&D people do, because generally MSc and PhD, and then they go to R&D. But apart from R&D, there are lots of scope in IPR also, intellectual property rights. If you have knowledge, then how technology can be transferred to the industry. That aspect is very interesting. And in the US universities, there is a post of that kind where the tech transfer from the research to industry goes via that channel. So there are also people are recruited who have got the scientific knowledge, the technological knowledge, doing their MS or PhD. And after that, if you do something in intellectual property rights, so that is also a very good niche where people can work. Apart from that, obviously, industries are there. So thank you so much for sharing your experience. It's very good to see after so many years, I think 12 years. After 12 years, I'm seeing you. In between, I don't think, did you come? I don't remember. But a few of your friends, they are in regular touch, as we are having a WhatsApp group with Nandita, I think is there, some Jen, what's her name? Jayanti Jain is there, Nishant is there. So there's a WhatsApp group where Arshi is there and Ruhana is there. So we have a WhatsApp group. Nandita, the chit chat girl, she's also there, who is in Bangalore right now. So she often gives me call also. So wishing you everything best in your future, and keep in touch, guide the students. And one line of yours I really liked: bother your seniors as much as you can. So that was really good. So now they have to understand the value of networking. And when you said I was very weak in soft skills during your graduation, that was the scenario with me as well. I was very poor in communication when I was doing my graduation, but that time only I picked up that I have to learn. And so I tell my students also that it is not that you are not able to do or you will not be able to do. You will be able to do as early as you start. It will be good for you. So start in graduation, work hard. That's my message. And Asif is also always there to help you out. Thank you, Asif. And thank you everyone who joined this meet. So over to Sumaya now.
Yes, definitely. Thank you, ma'am. Thanks a lot.
Let's hear from Asif in some not very formal way, informal way. आसिफ कुछ इन लोगों को बोल बताइए जिससे वो बहुत आपको फ्रेंडली फील करें एंड दे डोंट हेजिटेट टू कांटेक्ट यू.
Yes, yes, definitely. So I I'm really feeling very bad that the representation move nahi hua. So that was a technical glitch. Am I audible? आप लोग सुन सकते हैं मुझे क्या?
Yes, sir.
Yes, you are audible.
Okay, so yeah, that's what really presentation यार. चलो कोई बात नहीं. तो बेसिकली मेरे जो फ्रेंड्स थे वहाँ पे जेवियर में हम अभी भी मेरे साथ हैं वो लोग. प्रशांत है, महेश है, रिचा है, मोना और अमित रंजन है, जेपी है. तो महेश मेरे साथ था मास्टर्स में, ग्रेजुएशन में. तो हम लोग जानते थे, बात होती थी थोड़ी बहुत. के बाद जब मैं मास्टर्स में गया वो भी वहाँ चला आया. ठीक है, मास्टर्स ज्वाइन किया मेरे साथ. फिर जब मेरा सिलेक्शन आईआईटी गुवाहाटी में हुआ वो वहाँ भी चला आया. और फॉर्चुनेटली वी बोथ वेयर लाइक इन द सेम लैब एंड वी आर वेरी गुड फ्रेंड्स. सो अब वो भी यूएस में है. जस्ट वी आर इन लाइक 1.5 hour डिस्टेंस फ्रॉम हियर and we used to visit each other a lot. So yeah, it's very good. It's a small world. So most of the students from my time, they are in United States and sorry. So yes.
So I think that's pretty much of it. So is anyone having any kind of doubt, you can ask. Otherwise, we'll be concluding the session.
Anything you want to ask anyone? Feel free to ask.
Okay, then. So now we'll conclude. So thank you very much, Sankta ma'am. Thank you very much, Mr. Asif sir, for providing your valuable time to us and everyone who is present for the entire session. Uh, who was present here for entire session. Very thank you for you all. So we'll be concluding. So you can leave one by one. Thank you very much. Once again, thank you very much, Mr. Asif sir, for your valuable time.
Thank you. Thanks a lot for having me here. Bye.